Hi, you're watching UseWise channel. I'm Adriana Baranek, and here with me is Mladen Baranek, our CTO.
Hi.
Today is the second video in our More Cloud Computing, Less Coronavirus series, and today we'll be focusing on one specific aspect of reducing the need to travel with video conferencing. There are many aspects of business travel that are easily replaced with a proper video conferencing system, and cloud computing has the answer for that as well. Can you tell us more about that?
So historically, people were able to use phones to make voice conferences, teleconferences, but with the advent of internet and video conferencing, there were very expensive standardized video conferencing systems based on H323 protocols and stuff like that. Polycom and such companies were selling such setups in a range of $10K US and above. And with mobile phones, with web browsers, suddenly it became possible to organize HD video conferences without investing in hardware, and it was possible to do it in a more or less standardized way. So most people know Skype. So Skype and Skype for Business were used mainly for making voice calls, but they also have a feature where you can connect with other people and have a video conference with them, and it evolved to the extent that many companies invested in such a specialized hardware with Skype phones and stuff like that. Unfortunately, or fortunately, internet standards prevailed, and today it is possible to make a video conferencing using any modern web browser by using Microsoft Teams. So you even don't have to do it on Windows. It'll work really on any modern web browser. And there are many applications for mobile phones that can enable your mobile workforce to connect even when they are in frontline duties or working from home. So there is really no need to spend enormous amount of money for regular meetings and stuff like that, where you have to collect 10 or 15, 20 people in the same room. It is possible today to organize video conferences all over the world. So it'll work even if people are on the other continent, and of course if they are nearby, it'll work seamlessly as well. So somehow it is really very strange. In many organizations, you need authorization to spend a few $100, but to call a conference with or a meeting with 10 or 15 people that have to come from all over the place, that will cost enormous amount of money. You basically don't need an authorization. You just call them and have fun. So some people do it for social reasons, or I don't know why it is like it is. But definitely, if your company goes for collaboration, you can suddenly start benefiting from using modern tools like Microsoft Teams or Google Meet. So Google Meet, it's really an excellent choice, and it comes with its own hardware as well. So of course you can use a standard PC or Chromebooks to do Google Meet, but you can have really a professional setup, and it'll cost in range of $1,000 or something like that. So it is much cheaper than it used to be before. And if you go for a personal setup, you can basically use standard equipment like Yeti microphones or some video conferencing mics, and some cheap cameras that can deliver high quality video conferencing.
Yeah, we also saw one video that AT&T was making in the 90s, where AT&T was predicting how world will look like and what AT&T will bring to the world. And at that time, AT&T's idea for the video conferencing was to have a phone booth where you can make a video call, which is now looks really ridiculous.
Yes, so no one is using payphones for video conferencing. You basically just grab your mobile phone or your notebook and you can connect from wherever.
Yeah, things are really simple, and lots of companies still do not realize how much efficiency they could gain. Of course, there are still issues with building your team and having your team come together for a few days and having a team building or something like that, but it can be just an extra occasion and not something that you practice regularly. But most often than not, many companies still do not use technology and still travel a lot. And this is one recommendation that we have for you. If you are afraid of coronavirus, make sure that in your organization people are really using video conferencing, and not video conferencing that requires many servers and extensive amount of investment into hardware and on-premise installs.
Yeah, so this Google Hangout Meet and Microsoft Teams do not require any backend investment. So basically, if you're using public cloud to enable your workforce for video conferencing, you can have setups in a minute. So it's really kind of seamless.
Yeah, and it really provides value. So, for instance, if you get a G Suite, you get Meet for free within the G Suite, and even if you have the on-premise installation, you can still get G Suite license, and just for video conferencing, it would still be a great value for your company. We will make a video very soon about differences between Skype for Business, Microsoft Teams, because Microsoft confused lots of people. Google also had some rebranding done, like Hangout, Hangouts, Meet, Chat, but these are basically all the same. So there are no huge differences like with Microsoft, because Microsoft is migrating to this new HTML5 with Microsoft Teams, and we want to make sure that people understand why Microsoft Teams is really the future and why they should not be betting on Skype. Yeah, it makes sense to switch. If you're buying Polycom for Skype now, you're making a huge mistake.
Definitely.
Yeah. So is there anything else that you would like to add on this topic?
Thank you for watching, and looking forward to this new topic about Skype and Teams.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Keep safe, stay away from coronavirus, and dive deep into cloud computing, and we'll see you soon. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.